Hello, off the record, and welcome to Comic Stack with Judah and
Gabe.
We are here with a show that is about comics yet again, which is great because we talk a lot about comics.
We love comics.
And today we have a big stack of comics for you guys, and we're going to get in and discuss some of this.
Yes.
So, our first comic, what we're going to be talking about today, Gabe, is...
Yes, very interesting. We've talked about it a little bit on the podcast regularly, is Absolute Batman. But this isn't just a normal issue. This is the Arkham Special.
Yeah.
Kind of preview into what we assume the Arkham Asylum, Arkham, that whole deal.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and give credit first to, obviously, main writer Scott Snyder. Goat. Love him.
Love him, yeah. He's great.
Then Frank Thierry, I believe is his name, is the co-writer.
Yeah.
Pretty
he does a pretty good job in this, yeah.
Artist is Josh Hickson, and the art was kind of phenomenal.
The art was kind of phenomenal.
And the colorist, Roman Stevens. So.
Yeah. So let's since we're going to spend some time on this one,
Yes.
what happens in this story?
It's a lot. You start off with a different perspective, unique from any of the other Absolute Batman anythings. It's not Bruce, it's not Catwoman, it's not
Joker.
Alfred, it's not Joker, it's Arkham.
Yeah.
Dr. Arkham, the guy who founded Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
And he's kind of talking with this guy who he's going to sell Arkham Asylum to because it's not doing so great, right?
Yeah. And we're in the year 1945.
Yeah, 1945. And it flashes back at the start of it back to his childhood and kind of the reason why he started this whole thing. And gives a pretty dark story where his father's coming back from, or is expected back from the Civil War.
Yeah.
And instead of his father, it's some other Union soldier who's like, hey, yeah, he died in a battle, a pointless battle. And his mom, like, snaps.
Yeah, she does not take it well.
Kills the soldier, kills all of Dr. Arkham's siblings, and then instead of killing Dr. Arkham, kills herself.
Yes.
And so that's kind of the opening scene, and you're just like,
whoa.
Oh.
Yeah.
That just happened. And then you flip the page, and it's back to, like, he's just chatting with this guy, going through back normal stuff. Decides, he's going to create this asylum so that people don't end up in the same situation as he and his family were in.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, this is going to be a happy, positive comic.
Definitely.
I love it.
Yeah, it's so upbeat.
He's like, yes, Gotham has some special weirdos.
It does.
And it starts talking about this one guy.
His name is John Doe, which is kind of funny. Yeah. But he is he's an interesting fellow. He has murdered a bunch of men and women and children in Gotham. Mm-hmm. And he and Arkham have a unique relationship because Arkham sees him as the only patient that he can't save.
Right.
Which is really interesting. And then we have a special little event that happens when on his front door we get a child that's covered in blood.
Yes.
So
not creepy or
not
anything.
creepy at all.
Mm-mm.
From there, Dr. Arkham's heart is kind of like, this is an orphan child, clearly. He was an orphan after...
Relates to him.
Yeah, he relates to the kid. So he takes him in. They start like having father-son bonding time. The kid's name is Jack, which, interesting. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, it's Jack Doe, not John Doe.
Yeah, Jack Doe.
Jack Doe, which, play on John Doe. His name is Jack. You're kind of suspecting, you're like, oh, this is this generation of the Joker. Kind of like pulling from Absolute Batman 15. That's my thought process. We get this thing where the kid who's also named Jack and Jack Doe have like a weird connection that Arkham kind of notices, and he's like, I think Jack Doe has like a really weird interest in this kid I'm protecting.
Yeah, like,
and he's worried about
kind of murderous
kind
intent,
of just a little bit,
which is, and not to backtrack a little bit, but when talking about this Jack Doe guy, Dr. Arkham describes him in a way that parallels Joker, kind of like you mentioned. Like, he laughs a lot.
He does.
And just kills people for fun, is violent for fun, and he's, like, unhinged. And so you're sitting here like, well, wait, we just had this absolute Joker thing, and he never laughs, but what's this guy who laughs all the time and is acting like Joker? Yeah.
But it's a little more calculated than that.
Yes.
So we cut back the conversation being had with the sale of the Arkham, I guess we'll call it Asylum Estate, whatever thing. And then we get to why it's no longer in the Asylum at this point.
Yeah.
Which we get Arkham's perspective on that story. There's an escape. They dig a hole in the fire room,
the furnace,
furnace area, and Arkham's first reaction is not, oh, I need to go get the patient. It's like, oh, I gotta find the kid. What happened to the kid? Because
he knows Jack Doe did it all.
Jack, that's what connection. He knows it in his heart, even though he may be proven wrong. So he goes, and the kid's gone. Yeah, and that like breaks him, and he kind of gives up his mission, becomes a recluse, doesn't go to the furnace room until this estate sale, where the dude he saw in the estate to is like, hey, can we go down here and check it out? You know? As anyone would.
Yeah, I mean, I'd want to know.
I'd want to know, you know. And when they go down there, they notice something. It's not only the tunnel that the inmates digged out of was bricked up, but the other wall, like that's like right across from it, is also re-bricked. And they're like, and Arkham's like, I never noticed that. That's
he hadn't been there. It's all re-bricked. Why?
It's interesting. And the guy he's selling it to points it out. And it just like sticks in Arkham's mind.
Yeah, and then in a very interesting fashion, he leans in close to Dr. Arkham and he whispers something in his ear, and we're not privy to that until later. Yeah. But from the comic, you see Arkham just freezes. Yeah. And like it's.
Yeah. He is, whatever is said to him is so concerning him that like he can't sleep. Yeah. And so he goes down there. And he tears through the re-bricked wall just to find the corpse of none other than Jack Doe, who he thought was
not his child.
All of it.
Yeah, not the child.
Not his child.
Jack Doe, the crazy guy.
Yeah. And he has a key through his throat, and he's got a little note on him, which, you remember what the note says?
It says, was it tomorrow's a new page?
Yeah, tomorrow's a new page. It's the sentence that Arkham and the kid would use to like communicate to each other. Yeah, said, the kid Jack.
The young kid Jack said to him, anytime something looked like it wasn't going, he would say, it's okay, tomorrow's a new day. And the note's on there. And we find out that's what the guy whispered
into his ear.
In Arkham's ear.
And you realize that guy is the kid grown up, and the kid escaped from him. And Arkham burns down the place. We presume he's dead, and we cut to Jack in the present.
Yes, who is revealed to be none other than
Joker.
Jack Grimm, the Joker.
Yeah, big surprise. Yeah. But really cool. We get to see him. He's observing Batman with a figure that, until the last page, we don't know the name of. Yes. So he's observing Batman. They're basically like, Batman is kind of a non-threat, but we're going to play with our food a little bit. Yeah. We're going to let out some of our other Arkham people to go get him, and we have a list of
common names that you would expect. What, Hugo Strange,
Jervis Tetch, Pamela Isley, Jonathan Crane, and Basil Karlo. I think.
I think that's right. Yeah.
And then Man-Bat, Kirk Langstrom.
Yep, Kirk Langstrom.
And so we see 6 names, which I assume is going to be like the next couple arcs of Batman. Right. Is going to be him having to navigate a lot of villains at once.
And I like how it's not normal villains. Yeah. Like. The Absolute Universe has set aside the traditional villains as Batman's friends. Yeah. And there's obviously complications we expect with that, but it's the kind of sideline villains that you don't always see. Your Scarecrows, your Poison Ivies, your Man-Bats. Yeah.
And it's exciting to see that. And we get a little tease to both Absolute Man-Bat and Absolute Clayface on the on the penultimate page. And then we cut to the reveal of who Jack Grimm Joker is talking to, which is someone he calls his Deathstroke, which I don't think is his name, more of like his lieutenant in the army. It's like his rank or something. It seems that way from the context. But
what's interesting to me is we've gotten solicits for the next level of DC with the actual Deathstroke, the Terminator. And so my question is this absolute Deathstroke? As kind of like saying, we've got Deathstroke in DC Comics now. Let's put him in both universes. Yeah. So it'll be interesting if that's the case.
For marketing with him, I think maybe Deathstroke is going to be like the head honcho of the next arc.
Yeah, which would be really cool because it'd be cool to get regular Deathstroke and Absolute Deathstroke and be able to compare them.
Yeah. It's very interesting. Yeah. What is your overall ranking of this?
This was definitely, if we're doing stars, 5 stars. 5 stars. Like. Solid writing. Mm-hmm. It was intense. It was definitely darker than I normally like.
Yeah, same.
But it was still good and like kept you in the story and wanting to find out, like, okay, what is happening?
Yeah.
You know, definitely exceeded my expectations for a special.
Same.
And then the art was phenomenal. Different artists, different art style, but still amazing.
Oh yeah,
I
agree. I'm giving it 4.5 stars out of 5. I think it's really great. I really enjoy the story. The art is fantastic. I don't know. So some part of its content, like something in me is like, I can't give this 10 out of 10.
That's fair.
It's really good. It sets some things up. Maybe in retrospect, if the things it sets up are as great as it is, it will be a 10 out of 10. And also just, like, I love the incorporation of Arkham and the new Absolute lore. Like, reading Serious House on Serious Earth, knowing the main universe lore for Arkham, I love the, like, twist in the story where instead of him being the insane person, which is, like, the twist of spoilers for a book that came out in 1986, is the twist of Serious House on Serious Earth.
Right.
He's, like, the sane person dealing with the insane people.
Right.
So it's just interesting. But, yeah, this is definitely 4.5 for me. And sorry that we didn't say this at the front. Spoilers for all of these comics we're about to go over. So, yeah.
Yes. But you should still pick them up because, you know, we're going to be mentioning the art a lot.
Yeah.
Especially this week. Jude and I, we were talking about right before we started recording, like, this is really an art showcase week.
Oh, yeah.
Where the artists are just going amazing and doing really good.
Yeah, fantastic.
So you should pick up these comics. You know, fantastic art. And there's something about the stories you can't just get from listening to us talk about them.
This is very true. All right, we're going to do 2 issues in quick succession, spending a little bit of time just giving our quick thoughts on them. So the first one, something I pulled and have been picking up, is JSA Year 1, which the full story is from Jeff Lemire's writer and Gavin Guidry on art. I really like Gavin Guidry's art in this, and I'm excited, looking forward to see him on Flash in March. So he's a fantastic artist. My thoughts on this issue are, like, I think it was really fun. I like the this is a good middle issue of a story, I think. And it maybe have been a little bit confusing for Gabe. But I really enjoyed the different character dynamics they put together. And my final note is really, like, just a moment in here that I thought was really fun, which was Adam hitting on Hippolyta Wonder Woman in this. I was just like, oh, this is great. Like, funny. This is funny. Yeah. But I had fun with this one. This one was a little, like, I put 4.5 stars. It's, like, a little bit lower for me than Absolute Arkham. I would say 9.5 if we're doing 10 for Arkham. Yeah. This is probably just a straight 9. Like, it's pretty good. It really depends on if it's good, the rest of the story, if it's good enough for, like, a 9.5 or a 10, you know? So, what are your thoughts? Because this is, like, in medias res, and, you know.
Yeah. I mean, mine's not going to be a full, like, the best analysis of this, because I've kind of jumping into chapter 3 here. I haven't read 1 and 2. But honestly, it was still pretty engaging. A little bit confusing because there's so much jumping around between people, and I didn't have that background of the other 2 issues. But, like, I'd be interested to read the next one still, you know? Yeah. And so I probably would only give it about a 3.5, but I imagine I could see that bumped up by a star or so if I knew the background.
Yeah. No, and
the art was definitely really good.
Oh man, the art. Gavin Guidry is. I like Gavin Guidry. He is quickly becoming one of my favorite artists. Yeah, and now moving on to another book from you.
This was on my pull list. It's a Spider-Man Noir, and so this is continuing after this whole series. This is issue 4 out of only 5, I guess.
Yeah, so penultimate.
Penultimate. But it's continuing after the prior Noir series and the Spider-Verse interlude that he was kind of part of. So all part of the same canon, I guess. And what's interesting is the credits about this one is the writer is actually Eric Larson.
Yeah.
Who's normally an artist.
He's a famous Spider-Man artist. From
really solid Spider-Man artist. And so he's trying his hand at writing.
Yeah.
And he does a pretty good job. He's not a top-line writer.
It's no Scott Snyder.
That's not expected out of somebody who's mostly an artist.
Yeah.
And then his artist is Andrea Braccardo.
Yeah.
And the cover artist this week is Simone Di Meo.
I like Simone Di Meo. He's good.
He does a really good job. The covers great looking.
Fantastic, yeah.
Anyway, just to kind of quick dive into the book, a little bit of background. Captain Stacy was killed in the first issue by Peter Parker Spider-Man because he's part of this Scorpion gang, and so he was killed accidentally.
Yeah.
And Gwen Stacy came to Peter and was like, hey, solve the case of my father's murder. Peter's like, okay, figures it out and realizes, oh, shoot.
That was me.
I basically have to tell her that was me.
Yeah.
And so now he's kind of playing the sides of like, yes, we're going to find Spider-Man and unmask him, even though he totally knows it's him. And
it's
kind
him,
of that back and forth there.
It's interesting.
It's interesting. You've got this interesting, in this issue, new villain, kind of side villain, who sees ghosts. And Spider-Man beats him up in the first page, and we move on.
Yeah. To
the actual villain, who is this guy with this old sea diving helmet on.
Yeah.
And literally sucks the life out of people.
Oh, yeah.
And Spider-Man finds him, punches him, shoots him a little bit, doesn't actually do any damage, and instead gets grabbed, and Spider-Man loses his powers.
Yeah.
Not dead, just loses his powers. And then there's this other Spider-Man who's going around actually murdering people and taking out gangs.
Yeah.
Like, kills the head of the Hardboiled gang throughout the whole thing. Starts going after the Scorpion gang. And you're kind of sitting here being like, wait a minute, what's happening?
Yeah.
You know, we've got... This isn't Peter Parker anymore. This is somebody else. This might be the Lantern guy that sucked his powers.
That's my theory.
You know?
Yeah.
And he's going crazy off the deep end with the murder stuff, but he's taking care of gangs. Like,
so
how are we supposed to feel?
Is it that bad? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I thought this was really interesting. Again, this for me, like, this is in the middle of the story. I'm jumping on here. I really liked it. I think I was confused by some bits, probably without the context. I'm obviously like, whoa, what? I don't know. Captain Stacy died? No, he's not Captain Stacy. He's a member of what? You know?
Yeah.
But I think it was pretty solid. And my theory is that the diver helmet guy is Mysterio, and Mysterio has taken over Spider-Man's job. Right? That's my theory.
That'd be an interesting
from reading this issue. Yeah. And I think it's like a solid 3.5 out of 5 stars. You know, if I had more context, it would probably be higher. Again, same thing with like you and JSA, right? If you had more context, it's probably better.
I mean, I rated mine 4.5 because I just really liked it.
Yeah.
And it's one that I like the build up. You know, we said earlier it's the penultimate. Makes me excited for the ultimate. You know, for the end, to see how they resolve everything, how they tie it all up in a fancy little bow.
Yeah. It was pretty good. Now moving on to next issue. This is one we were both able to pick up and read. We're on DCKO Night Fight number 3 from one of my favorite writers, Joshua Williamson.
Yes.
And artist Dan Mora, who is, for a book that's, I think we can generally agree on, is more mid than we'd like it to be.
Yeah.
Dan Mora's art
makes up for it.
It is fantastic. I think my take on this issue, we get to see Batman finish the fight with Red Hood Batman, Jason Todd Batman, and he's kind of like realizing, I can't play by the rules because I got here by not playing by the rules. I thought if I conform, then I'll end up in a better place. That doesn't really end up happening.
Right.
Because the Heart of Apocalypse is like, hey, you, we tried this earlier. This didn't go well for you. What are you doing? You're dumb. Yeah. I'm going to make you fight everyone, right?
Right.
So we then cut to Tim Drake Batman universe, and I would prefer if this happened with the Nightwing and Red Hood ones, right? I like that we get to see Tim's world, and we get to see Tim solve a mystery.
Yes.
And then we have his quotations confrontation with Batman, who is using himself in a robot and is like an AI in the robot. That part was a little confusing.
Yeah.
That part.
Heart of the Apocalypse shenanigans. Definitely confusing.
Yeah, that part was confusing. I did like the way that their confrontation, again, quotation marks, they don't fight. They have a conversation, which I thought was so fitting for Tim Drake Robin to be like very chill. You know what I mean? And I like the way that it ends with them not fighting, and we got to see like a cool new variant of Batman. Like that's what I was hoping that every issue of the series would be, right? Like barring like I knew that the Red Hood one, Batman and Red Hood Batman are gonna fight. Duh. But I was really disappointed with the first issue. Second issue
was just confusing.
This one
started to make
slightly
sense.
less confusing. Better art, so it's better in my book, and
I'm excited to see where it leads.
I think that the Heart of Apocalypse like threat to Batman be like, I'm gonna break you, like you're not gonna win.
Well, and that's what's interesting is Heart of Apocalypse presents Batman the final scenario. He's older, and you've got Damian comes in, and then big reveal, Damian has a son.
Yes, and what's his son's name?
Alfred.
Which I was like...
I love it.
That's good.
But then the really cool thing is the last page on the bottom, it says, next issue, Batman versus Happiness?
Yeah.
Which makes me wonder, like, in number 4, are we going to get a situation where Batman, like, has to reject...
the like
a
good
happy,
world.
Solid life in order to go back to real world.
And that may play into like a theory that you and I have had for a good bit of like maybe the KO is pre Matt Fraction Batman, which we have an issue of we're about to talk about.
Yes,
is pre that, and I think that it lends credence to our theory that maybe from his experience in Night Fight, and then he's probably going to show up in the end of KO. If we're being real, there's no way that Batman is not in the final 2 issues. If he's not, I'll give a random person that likes this video $5, and you can hold me to that. But if Batman is not in DCKO number 5, but if when he is, I think that the revelation is going to be that Batman has to change for like he can't be vengeance anymore. Like he's kind of always towed the line like vengeance, justice, dark, light. He's got to be more like Superman. Yeah, like he's got to be more hopeful. And I think that this Night Fight is like showing us that he's got to try to build a world where he can be happy.
Well, and that's kind of where our theory that Fraction's Batman comes after KO comes from is that we see that even in Batman number 1 where he's dealing with, Baby Croc. Yeah. And is very kind to him. And Nigma where he's like not, he beats him up a little bit because he has to, but it's
not really.
It's all like, hey, Ed, like, let's fix this. Let's figure it out. Yeah. And that's kind of his mindset through it all. It's a much more caring, compassionate Batman. Yeah. And which we haven't seen for a while.
And I like seeing. And I give this issue, I was really hard on the first 2 of Night Fight. Mm-hmm. I give Night Fight number 3 a 4 out of 10.
I think I gave mine a 3.5 to 4 area.
Yeah, so we're kind of in agreement here. Like it's the best issue so far. Yeah, it's the best issue so far.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
It actually may be worth a read, especially if you're reading KO. And obviously, I think Batman's going to show back up in KO. Now, we have Batman number 6 to talk about.
5.
Batman number 5. I can't read. I can't eyeballs. And I have the basic cover, which is done by Jorge Jimenez.
Amazing.
And Gabe has a variant cover.
Yes, I have cover G, the Jorge Jimenez again, and it's the Ojo design variant.
Yes.
We see, and it's a very
good,
very beautifully done.
Yeah.
Jorge Jimenez is an amazing artist. I've picked up pretty much all of his variants for the entire Batman
and
series.
He's an amazing artist in the book.
In the book as well,
for the covers and everything.
And that leads us to the credits, actually. Writer is Matt Fraction, as we've kind of mentioned. Amazing.
He's doing a good job.
He knows what he's doing. He's writing.
Yeah.
Artist and letterer, actually, is Jorge Jimenez.
Yeah, he does a good job in this. He does a great job in this as well.
And he's just going at it. And so I'm going to give the characters actually for this one that are in it just because we're going to talk a while about it. And it's got people you might not have heard of.
Yeah.
First up is obviously Bruce Wayne. He doesn't Batman in this.
He does not Batman in this.
He's all Bruce Wayne.
This should have been called Bruce Wayne number 5.
Yeah, it's Bruce Wayne number 5. No Batman. And he's kind of going on a date with Dr. Annika Zeller.
Which I like. I'm starting to like this character.
Yes.
She's growing on me.
She is, and she does a lot of the tech and the design for Batman, which is interesting. All funded by Bruce Wayne. Yeah. Kind of interesting dynamic you got here.
Yeah.
And then you get Ojo, who is was also known as Lady Deathman.
Yeah.
For a minute.
There was some weird stuff.
We've kind of changed it away from that.
I think it's still an homage to Lord Deathman.
Yes,
and it probably will be connected to Lord Deathman, but they changed the name. Probably because people were like lady and man in the same sentence.
Yeah, I mean, either way, I think Ojo is still a very creative name and definitely a really cool character.
Yes, definitely.
And then the final person we get is Robin Damian Wayne with one of the best suits I've seen.
Yeah, we really enjoyed the costume we got at the end. So
first off, definitely check out this issue. Buy it yourself.
It's really good.
Really good. Look at the art. Read it. It's great.
Yeah.
Also, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Off the Record.
And comment us your polls of the week.
We want to know your polls. What you think. If you've read any of these, what you think about them.
Yeah.
Because we're going to hit the notification bell as well, because we're also going to keep doing these hopefully weekly.
Yeah, that's the idea.
And definitely some comics, we're going to say, hey, we pulled this, but we're going to talk about it in like a big video.
I have a big treasury edition of the classic Superman, Spider-Man original crossover. We are going to have an entire video dedicated to digging into that. Yeah, it's a lot.
So make sure tune into the whole podcast as well as just our little comic stacks.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you want to give us the rundown of what happened in this issue?
Yeah, so this is like, we had a lot of good issues this week. This is my favorite issue of the week. This is my favorite issue of Matt Fraction's Batman run so far. It's pretty great. Bruce is picking up Dr. Zeller for not a date. Definitely not. It's a date. And, he's picking her up in his fancy sports car. They're driving down the highway. And Bruce is just kind of like, there's a bunch of ninjas chasing us on motorcycles. And they have a conversation for a few pages, talking about her work. And Bruce got her a gift and things like that. And then the ninjas finally catch up with them, as ninjas on motorcycles tend to do.
Yep.
And Dr. Zeller notices, and they have a conflict with the ninjas. There's some really cool action and creative stuff with the car and how they deal with the ninjas. It's just fun. You have to read it to see the action.
It's a very visual.
It's very visual
comic.
Yeah, it's so good.
Again, why we said this week was art showcase.
Yeah, it was definitely. Yeah, Jorge Jimenez got the memo. It was an art showcase week, and we see them trying to escape from these ninja.
Yeah.
And they crash the car. They're running away. They run into Ojo for the first time. Bruce has a little fight with her, where he's saved quotation marks by Dr. Zeller, who uses her gift to shield him.
Yeah.
Not knowing what's in the gift, which we discover, I don't remember what it's called.
It's a titanographene cube, which we learn about in a previous issue. It's like crazy armor.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But this is a dense cube of it, so it straight up just shatters one of Ojo's katanas.
Yes, it was very cool imagery. Again, go read it. If you're gonna pick any of these up, read this one.
Yes, definitely.
And we have that confrontation. They're running away. We get some fun back and forth moments between Bruce and Annika, Dr. Zeller, that I really enjoy. Ojo seems to defeat the ninjas while they're running away. Get to a rooftop. Dr. Zeller and Bruce are on the rooftop. Ojo appears.
Yes.
Bruce Ojo rematch, which is rudely interrupted by Robin showing up for the final couple pages. And in these final couple pages, I don't remember what he does. He distracts her with a flashbang. She disappears, and he's like, "Oh."
Well, so what he does is he throws down these little darts that you see, and you're like, okay, that's interesting. None of them hit Ojo. What is happening?
Yeah.
And then you get the cool thing that Fraction's been doing, which is tech reveals, kind of.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of
with
this.
the Ultra Insulate, which is personnel shielding from ground-based energy attacks on Bruce Wayne's shoes, is the implication. And you're like, oh, ground-based energy attacks. Scoot over a panel, and you get this Ojo being basically electrocuted with the tech blurb of Bat Snare.
Yeah.
MEMP nullification network, 30 kilovolt shock field, subsonic frequency generator.
Yeah.
Right? And then you get a little joke where Bruce Wayne's like, need better shoes, because it didn't fully insulate him.
Yeah.
And the final reveal of Robin's costume,
which is dope. And also, Robin made a slight mistake where he goes father to Bruce Wayne in front of Dr. Zeller.
Yes.
Which we are going to get some interesting events unfolding from that. Let's talk about Robin's costume first. Yes. I think we consensus agree that this is hands down best Damian Wayne design. Maybe top 5 all-time Robin's design. Yeah. Like it
combines a lot of really good elements of other suits with just some cool new inspiration.
Oh yeah.
And I love that he's got a hood as well.
Yes, I love that too.
He doesn't wear it in the comic yet,
but he has one. There. He can wear it in the future. He can get some dope variant covers where he's wearing one, all that good stuff. But this again, my favorite issue of the Fraction run so far. It really encapsulates the idea that I've heard Fraction talk about in interviews and stuff, where he's trying to make it like a Saturday morning cartoon. Each issue is self-contained and builds on itself.
Right.
Which Gabe and I were talking about this. The first issues 1 through 4 kind of were not self-contained.
Well, they were self-contained. They just flowed into each other really well that you didn't realize it.
Yeah.
That was actually, for me, it's part of why I ranked it a little bit lower than I might have otherwise. Yeah. Is this one kind of was a little more abrupt and didn't flow as well. Mm-hmm. But I can also tell, I think it was kind of just a for fun pause in the main plot.
And we get some development, the dynamic between Dr. Zeller and Bruce, which we've had in the background for a little bit, and now we kind of get it out there.
It's exciting.
It is very exciting. I really, 10 out of 10 for me, 5 out of 5 stars. What's your star rating?
Yeah, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Solid comic. I'm excited for the next one. It's very exciting.
All right. We're moving on to the next one, which is got a long title.
Yes.
Batman, Green Arrow, The Question, from Gabriel Hardman. And you have
Arcadia, yes.
Arcadia.
I have...
long title.
Yeah, long title. This is number 2.
This is number 2, yeah.
And so...
You have the...
I have the cover by Phil Hester.
Phil Hester cover, yeah.
Really interesting one. Standard cover also looks great.
Yeah, standard cover is pretty dope.
Solid.
Yeah, quick thoughts on this one. This one is... I really like this series. I'm really vibing with it. Mm-hmm. Gabe is right. It really depends on how it's 3-issue Black Label series. It really depends on how the last issue lands.
Yeah.
Like, going back for all these things. But I've really enjoyed the mystery, even though we don't really know what the mystery is, of what we're uncovering so far. And I like the question part of the story.
Yes,
and
the question's my favorite.
Yeah, I like the Batman Green Arrow dynamics. There is some weird Batman also being somewhat authoritarian stuff that brings it down a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's my thoughts.
It's
Gabe.
There's a lot of just confusing stuff where, like Judah said, we don't really know what mystery we're solving.
It's a mystery.
The mystery is a mystery, and so I'm just confused.
Yeah.
But the question has definitely been the most entertaining as he's going in and actually detectiving. Meanwhile, Batman and Green Arrow are kind of just fighting,
twiddling their thumbs.
People,
yeah.
They're
not doing. They're not doing a whole lot.
Still, I gave it a solid 3 stars.
A little higher.
I think if the next issue could
bring
make
it all the way.
Really a good run.
And again,
I still recommend you pick it up.
Yeah, the Gabriel Hardman art is it's again
amazing
art showcase this week. Amazing art.
I will warn you, this comic has more reading. It's technically a Black Label, as we said.
Yeah, so
there's not a whole lot of
language.
There's a little bit of language, but other than that, it's not really bad. It's just more reading than your other comics.
And also language. So this one and Arkham, maybe not for kids. The other ones, yeah. Yeah, you can definitely.
You could probably.
Yeah. So you gave it a 3. I gave it a 4.
Yeah.
That's the ones that were all released this week that we're going to talk about. We're going to do something.
One more.
Yeah, we're talking about one more. Every week we're going to try to do a showcase of a classic comic, whether it's a classic Marvel or a classic DC. This week we have, for our first one, we have a classic comic in The Brave and the Bold, number 28, which is the first appearance of the Justice League of America. And we have the world's greatest team battling Starro the Conqueror. I, as big as a DC nerd as I am, have never read this. And this is my first time reading it. And Gabe,
obviously my first time.
Yeah, presume the same. I
liked it.
Yeah, it's fun. It
was.
It's really fun. I love the fact that they show Batman and Superman in the credits, and then you have 2 panels of them in the middle.
Yes.
And they're showing Batman's preoccupied on his adventure, and Superman's preoccupied on his adventure. And
it's interesting because it means you don't get the standard view. Like normally it's oh, big bad guy comes in and you've got Superman and Batman going out to deal with it. No, it's a chance for the other heroes to show up. For your Flash, for your Aquaman, for your Green Lantern, your Wonder Woman, and your
John Jones. Not named Martian Manhunter yet. Nope. Fun fact. John Jones has existed since the 40s. I think Martian Manhunter didn't come till 70s. Yep. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure. John Jones. Just like, it was fun reading the
best title page ever.
Best title page ever. You're like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Flash, Green Lantern, John Jones. Some guy named John Jones. He's there to help out.
Yep.
Pretty great. We have a big focus on Aquaman, Wonder Woman, John Jones, Flash, and Green Lantern in this, which they're the ones on the cover. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And I like this being like your first Justice League adventure. They already exist, which is, I didn't know that this is their first appearance. They already exist before their first appearance, which is fun. And Batman and Superman being sidelined made it more enjoyable
engaging,
for me. Yeah, because I got to see, like, I got to have some good content of characters. Like, I'm getting into Aquaman. He's becoming a favorite. I like Wonder Woman. I'm also getting into Flash, but some characters I'm having a hard time to get into, like Green Lantern and John Jones.
John Jones.
Our favorite character, John Jones. Yeah.
Love the guy.
Yeah,
and then the villain, Starro.
Starro's the GOAT. Love Starro.
Which I actually haven't had much experience with Starro.
Yeah.
DCKO. Check out those videos, by the way.
Great.
But that's my first introduction to Starro, and it was basically, and he's not there anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, and so it's he got killed. Yeah.
So I don't know a whole lot about Starro. This was a good intro to me to kind of realize, oh yeah, he's a villain too.
Yeah, and fun issue. This is like 8 out of 10. This is a classic.
Oh yeah.
4 stars for me.
4 stars, yeah.
4 stars, yeah. So we agree on this. All right.
My favorite part was probably when they beat him with lime, the color lime.
The color lime, yes.
And calcium oxide.
Yes, because that's science. Science, y'all. This is fun. Yeah.
You ever fight a crazy starfish? Lime and calcium oxide.
Yeah.
The color, not the fruit.
Yeah. Not the fruit. The color. Remember, it's a color. All right. For our final segment of this show.
Yes.
And this episode is our first one. So probably be a little longer than our future ones.
Probably.
We have a lot of comics to talk about today.
Yeah, I pulled 6 comics this week.
Yeah, I had 7, and we only talked about 5 of them.
Right.
2 of them we're going to save for later videos, and those will be classic comics we talk about. But
yep.
Right now we're going to look forward to our pulls from next week. So how many pulls you got?
I only have 2. I might pick up a couple more in store. We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
But right now, my 2 pulls are Amazing Spider-Man Torn number 4. This is a mini-series that's been going on for
we've been enjoying
4 issues. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I definitely like it, especially because the standard Amazing Spider-Man line is not so
iffy
great
right now. Yeah.
This is a good, like, I still get my Spider-Man kick.
Yeah, I get the Spider-Man fix.
And then my other pull is DCKO number 3.
Which we're not going to talk about.
We'll probably talk about it just a little bit, but we're going to save it for
a full video in our DCKO series,
as well.
Which you guys should check out.
Definitely check out the KO series.
Yeah. So I have both The Amazing Spider-Man Torn number 4 and DCKO number 3. In addition, I got Action Comics 1094.
I'm excited for that one.
I'm excited for Action Comics 1094. It's going to be great. We're going to have Superboy and the military ? It's going to be interesting. And Aquaman number 13, which is still a DCKO tie-in.
Yeah.
But also going to build off of some of the stuff that has been going on in the Aquaman book.
And I've actually been kind of getting more interested in Aquaman from the DCKO stuff.
Yeah.
Not enough to pull it just because my budget is tight. But,
same.
but it's good that Judah's getting to so that
I can read
share.
It and
you can share.
Yeah. But with that being said, leave your thoughts again of the comics you read this week and leave your pull list for next week. We're interested to see what y'all are checking out. If you have any recommendations of things we should pull, series that are good, independent series, because we mostly just have Marvel and DC stuff.
But so we'd be interested in getting into some independent like
stuff.
Image or IDW.
That kind of stuff,
Dark Horse. We just don't know what's good, and there's a lot of weird independent ones that make us hesitant to try any out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So if you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments below. Yeah. But with that being said, good morning, good evening, good night. This is Comic Stack from Off the Record, and we are signing out. God bless.
God bless.